Hello, YouTube. James Baker here, your favorite international tax consultant, CPA. And today I have a great call with a guy from Brazil. He's doing drop shipping and he has an LLC, but he's never really used it. And he has some questions on how he can use it, why he should use it, how he should own it, how he should set it up, what tax structure he should have, how to pay sales taxes, and all of those other things. So it's a good call. We go through interesting information all the way until the end, and make sure you stay until the end because it really helps the YouTube algorithm in suggesting this video to other people, and because it's good information at the end. Okay, so let's get to the video. Let's get to the caller.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
Hey, can you hear me? Good. Good morning.
Turned up.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good. What time is it?
It's noon.
Here is
11. It's 11.
okay. Yeah, here in Brazil it's like 1 p.m.
Oh, 1 p.m. Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's very similar right now.
yeah.
So thanks
So
for
yeah, man.
scheduling time to talk, and appreciate you waiting. I'm a couple minutes late. I have on the notes here that you're from Brazil and you have an LLC and you use it for drop shipping. So
Exactly. Yeah.
and you have some doubts. So tell me, what are your doubts? What are your questions?
hmm Yeah. First of all, thank you for your time, and I hope this talk will be useful not only for me but also for your audience, right?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, and yeah, actually, I have a dropshipping business in Brazil, and it's been a while, like almost 3 years. And last year I opened an LLC in Miami, but I haven't I'm still not doing business. Like I'm still only in Brazil only.
So
And
you're not selling in the US, or you're only selling in Brazil, or you're not using your LLC at all?
exactly, yes, not yet, because I
Okay.
had some problems, and actually I want to discuss them with you about like bank account and etc. But yeah, first, like in Brazil, we still don't have a specific legislation to the dropshipping model. So according to our lawyers, we can use, we can base on a legislation that fits more in this business model, which is in that case is the intermediation service. So we are intermediating a
Inter,
purchase between buyer and seller.
intermediaries. Yeah,
Yes,
intermediaries. You're basically
yes.
selling products on behalf of someone else. It's like marketing services. That's what I like to look at it too.
Yeah. So I would like to know how does it work in US?
It's similar. It's very similar. The only problems happen when someone like yourself has inventory in the US in like a private warehouse. Like if you rent a space for inventory and you have your own dedicated inventory team, then you might have a US trade or business. But if you're using fulfillment centers and or you're selling directly from China, the risk is very low. It's just like you're doing services outside the US.
I see. Cool. And I've heard you mention that if you're not doing business in US, like if you are foreign and you're just like you are outside and just using this LLC to like as a gateway, you don't even need to pay taxes. So like, is it a possible thing? And
Yeah, that's possible. It happens for many people. And I think the drop shipping model is a great model for, especially if you're shipping straight from China. It's a great way
Mhm.
to have an LLC and use it and not pay taxes. And that's a huge benefit of doing it that way, because really you are just delivering services from your couch in Brazil. There's no need for the US government to tax you just because you have an LLC and a bank account, because you really have no business in the US.
I see. So even if I use some kind of logistics in US, like not mine, but if I like hire some of those fulfillment
Yeah.
services.
Yeah. I'm under the understanding, especially with seeing how the IRS works with Amazon, the biggest fulfillment center in the world probably, then it's set up like that company is doing their own business and they surely have a US source business, but because you're using them doesn't mean you have a US source business. They're an independent company who you're contracting to help you with something. If they were a dependent agent, if it was your warehouse and you had employees managing it yourself, that's when you would have more of an issue.
I see. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, so then let's say that I also want to have a warehouse in US. In that case, I will be paying taxes, and then I would like to know what is the best. First of all, if the LLC is the best um, type of company to open. I wanted to make sure, and like if there is some limit, like depending on your revenue, if should I change to another type or.
The LLC is great because it, depending on how you operate, it doesn't pay any taxes in the U.S. The corporation is great because it does pay taxes, and maybe your country is a higher tax country, or maybe you want to have an established U.S. company that pays taxes for a different reason. But those are the main options, to be honest with you. It's most entrepreneurs are going to use an LLC or a corporation. The LLC is easier, it pays no taxes, and it's more flexible. It's less filing, less compliance. And the corporation is a U.S. company that pays U.S. taxes. It has the benefits of being a U.S. taxpayer. I mean, you can use treaties and other like U.S. benefits of being a U.S. company, but you pay taxes on the profits. You can there's ways to reduce the profits, but generally that's how it works.
I see, but like if I have some warehouse in US, I'll be paying taxes with the LLC anyways. And in that case, still LLC is the best option.
So the corporation's a better option when you do have like a multinational business and you want to separate it to prevent double taxation. If you have an LLC and your LLC is doing business in the US, the LLC doesn't pay taxes. You have to file taxes personally with your own name and then pay taxes that way. And depending on how much money you're making, it might be better to use a corporation because the corporation right now has a flat 21% tax, and you as an individual, the tax rates go up to 37%. And generally for global businesses, when you have a subsidiary that's doing business in the US, you'll use a corporation to really make a hard line between which company is doing business in which country. And that way you can avoid your Brazilian profits from being taxed in the US and your US profits from being taxed in Brazil. And it creates that hard line for when you really are doing business. The LLC is a faster, easier way because there's no line, but you pay zero taxes there and all your taxes in Brazil.
Got it. You said that with the corp company, with the corp business, you have the limit of 21, right? 21%.
That's a corporate tax. It's a 21% tax rate, yes.
And with the LLC, it goes up to how much?
37% is the highest personal rate.
37. Okay, so it depends on the revenue, right?
Depends on the profits, and it depends on where you're paying tax, and it depends on who's paying tax where.
It can be complex.
Yeah. It's complex to figure out, but once you figure it out and make a decision and move forward, then it's easy because you know what's going on. But when you're talking hypotheticals, there's a lot of options and a lot of ways to do things. It's just you have to find out the right way for you and then do it, and it's not that hard.
Okay, so let's say like I opened this LLC in Florida, and I've heard that in Delaware is the best state. I'm not sure about it because you don't pay state sale tax, right?
Delaware is not better for that reason per se. The sales tax you pay on where you make your sales. So if you have if you sell 200 items into Florida, then you have to pay sales taxes in Florida anyways. It doesn't matter if you have a Delaware company. So it doesn't really matter. The difference is when you have a corporation, Delaware doesn't have corporate taxes if you have no business in Delaware. So you're saving money on Delaware corporate taxes, although Delaware corporations can be very expensive to renew if you set them up the wrong way. So it's the same with Wyoming corporations. They have no corporate tax in Wyoming. Florida does have a corporate tax.
But so if I have this LLC in Miami and I'm selling like for all the states, I will only pay this state sale tax if I'm shipping to Miami, in the orders that I'm shipping to Miami, right?
Sales tax is based on where you're shipping the products, yes.
But if I open in Delaware, you said that like for some states that I'm shipping to, I will still have to pay some sales taxes or not?
It doesn't matter where your company is opened. You pay sales tax in every state that you have a sales tax requirement. And that would be whether most generally it's 200 items or $100,000 of sales in a state, and then you have to pay sales tax, like remit sales taxes there. This sales taxes aren't an additional expense for you. It's an additional expense for your client because if you do it right, you charge your clients.
So let's say that my client is in a state that has this kind of tax. So when he or she is playing the order, it will appear and he will have to pay it, right?
And then you send that to the state. It's good to use an integration like TaxJar or another company. And I just signed up for TaxJar. Now I have affiliate links. So if you guys like my channel and everything, use the affiliate link so I can make like $6 and fund future videos. But there's like 3 companies that do sales tax automation. I like TaxJar the most because of their interface and their support. And I think they're the best educational materials. So I recommend TaxJar, but basically you plug it in and they do the filings and the collection and the payments, and they do everything for you.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, let me see, because I made some notes.
In Brazil, one thing is that I don't think you guys can use Delaware LLCs. I think it's like they're like blocked from Brazil. They're considered like a fiscal paradise. We call it like a tax haven, like just Delaware. If I remember
Crazy.
correctly from my other Brazilian clients, I'm not sure.
I see. Okay, but yeah, I haven't used this LLC because I had a problem. I was going to open a business account no, actually, I was going to travel to United States and then open the business account. But then the pandemic came and I couldn't. So I tried to open it in the Mercury Bank, like remotely opening, but it got refused. The apply got refused because I made the mistake of sending, because they asked for some proof of like relation with the supplier. And then I sent some invoices that we have, but from our Brazilian company, and maybe they don't like, but I'm not sure because they don't tell.
You can try again. I'd try again. I'd try Relay Financial. I'd try a couple other online banks if you can. Should work.
The same bank or another one?
I mean, try the same bank again, but you can also try Relay Financial, another bank I work with a lot. They don't have an affiliate link for me, but I think they're really good, especially for drop shippers. Relayfi.com is, relayfi.com. I just put it in the chat.
Great, I'll check it out.
I like them. I use them for most of my clients.
Cool, man. Good to know. It's been like 7 years that I tried, and yeah, I was going to try it again.
You tried 7 years ago, and
No, 7 months. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just try again. The worst they'll say is no.
Yeah, cool. And I saw that you also have a solution with the Chase Bank, Chase JP.
Yeah. So we have a solution that we use. It's basically we have a banker that works for us, and this is how other companies do it. Hopefully they do it the right way. We put one of our employees as a manager, our attorney or our banking associate as a manager of the LLC, and then he opens the account on your behalf. That person is on the account as a manager, but you would have full access. You can use the account however you want. And next time you come to the US, you can take the manager off, and then it would only be under your name.
I see. Got it. So pretty much this manager, he also owns the account, but
yes, he's on the account and he can do anything on the account, but you would be the owner of the account. He would just be the manager. But yes, he would be on the account and can move the money and stuff like that. So that's why we do it, because people trust us. Our reputation is everything, but it's also like not ideal. We don't like to be on everyone's accounts. We'd rather you be on it, but it's a short-term fix until you can come out.
I mean, yeah, it's a solution. So
yeah, it's a solution.
Good. Yeah, and is this service like included, or do you also offer it like separately, or?
Yeah, we offer this separately. It's like an upsell. So we have like our main package, and then if you want this banking package, obviously I have to pay this guy. So this extra charges for this. And if you want it separately, yeah, we can do it separately too.
Okay, so yeah, you could maybe later you can tell me the costs, or now I'm not sure if because the price can change, right? Can change. So
it sometimes changes, and that's something that I've been just putting prices and videos, but I'll send you an email with some more details about that.
Okay, cool. Let me see if there is something else, man, but I guess that's pretty much it.
What are you selling? What are you selling in your store? I'm sure you have a number of stores, right?
Yes, we sell pretty much like any kind of problem-solving products. So from, I don't know, anything that solves some kind of problem and it's hard to find stores and etc. So yeah, it's like now I'm stuck with this bank thing, and once I solve it, I will be expanding to US and
Yeah, there's a lot of people here that like to buy stuff.
yes, man. And man, I saw some old videos of you and it's pretty funny. And congratulations for your consistency. And I watched some comedy videos that you used to do with, I'm not sure if it was an old business or if it's the same.
Yeah, I like to keep it light. The stuff can get dry talking about taxes and tax forms and stuff. I put up recently I put up 2 videos that are funny, that the content is dry, but then there's funny stuff about them. So I think I'm a pretty funny person in terms of I like funny things and I like comedy and stuff. So sometimes it
Uh-huh.
seeps out. So I'm glad you watched the channel. Yeah, it's been fun to make these videos. I really like talking to the camera and I don't know, telling people about
Cool,
stuff.
man.
There's
Yeah,
not very good international tax info out there.
for sure, yeah. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see if we can open this account. I'm gonna test this new bank you sent me, and I'm gonna try it with Mercury again. And if none of them works, I will try with the Chase maybe doing this
Okay.
temporarily thing. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you an email about that. And if I don't, email me back. I'm in the middle. We have all our tax filings now.
Yes,
Everything's going on.
probably it's pretty busy, right?
Yeah, it's the busiest time for us, but it's good. Still got to make time for these videos. I actually had to cancel Thursday and Friday last week. So I since I put this calendar up again, it's just every day I have 2 calls. My 11 and 11:30. I'm doing my YouTube calls.
That's cool. Okay, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you.
We'll
See
be
ya.
in touch. See you, man.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, I think that call went really well. Pedro had some great questions. He's from Brazil. I don't get as many callers from Brazil, but it was good. Doing drop shipping is definitely a service. You can run an LLC and pay no taxes if you're doing drop shipping. If you want to use a corporation, you can as well for different reasons. We went through all of that on the call, so I hope that it was clear and useful for you. And I also hope that you learn something from it. If you want to do your sales taxes on time and you want to do it correctly, definitely look into TaxJar. And if you're going to look in and do it anyways, use my affiliate link so I can keep funding making better videos, even though most of this is just to help you guys out and get some clients and stuff. But it's cool. I want to have an affiliate stream of income. So if you're going to use it anyways, why not just use my link? I appreciate you. I will see you on the next video. And thanks for watching. Okay, have a great rest of the day.